Hi there, it's Nicole for Lawn Fawn, and today's card showcases the tiny tag sayings, plus I have used some other stamps and dies with this just to kind of dress up these tags. These tags would be awesome on their own, especially attached to gift tags or gifts, all kinds of things. Just really super fun, but I wanted to show how you could use them on an actual greeting card. So I ended up using all four shapes die cut from different colors of Lawn Fawn and white cardstock. Plus I've paired it with the adorable deer from the Toboggan Together and Cherry Christmas stamp sets. And I am using a greeting on the inside of my card from Merry Messages. I'm using lots of Lawn Fawn inks and even the Lawn Fawn cardstocks and pattern papers. I love it. This is the Narwhal cardstock, and I'm going to use one of these stitched border dies to just add some decorative or a decorative element along the top and the bottom edge of this strip. This is a 2-inch tall strip by 5.5 inches. So this is a landscape style card. It's going to go all the way across the card. And I'm simply going to add this great detail to the top and bottom. I love these border stitches. I think they just really dress up all kinds of different strips, backgrounds, all kinds of things. While I have my die cut machine out, I am going to take the tiny tag sayings dies and die cut them from that mermaid cardstock as well as the stormcloud cardstock, which is the darker gray cardstock, also part of the new fall and winter 2016 release cardstock and ink colors from Lawn Fawn. And then I will die cut those also from white cardstock. Now I didn't trim my tags apart. I kind of left them together and I just die cut all of the tags all at once. It's going to give me way more tags than what I actually need, but this way I already have a whole bunch of tags die cut and I can simply stamp them with greetings, put a little decorative lawn trimmings twine through them, and attach them to gifts as the gift tags at Christmas time. So for me, I just didn't see it as any waste in that respect. Now I'm going to take all of these cute deer, and I love that the Toboggan Together stamp set from 2015 and the Cherry Christmas from 2016 feature these awesome deer, and they work so well together. I am inking up all of mine at one time using the Misty stamp positioner tool, and that way I can stamp the images one on top of another a couple times and make sure I get a nice dark outline for coloring. I am going to use all four deer images, the stocking hat or the kind of Santa hat, the string of lights, and then the ornaments as well from the Cherry Christmas stamp set. Once I have these stamped, I am going to go ahead and color them in with Copic markers. I'm only going to show how I colored one of these deer. All of them are going to be colored the same way, just to make it really super easy. I love these soft brown colors. I love the E40, 43, and 44 used together. I think they give a nice soft brown color, and with the background pattern papers I'm going to be using, I think the softer colors look a lot nicer with it. I am pulling in a little E49 for the hooves and the antlers on the deer. So the deer's antlers are going to be darker. They're going to be E44 and E49. That R00 just adds a nice little pink touch to the insides of the ears and the cheeks on these cute little reindeer. Once I have the deer colored, I am ready to color in the accents, and I decided to go with some nice soft blues to match the perfectly plaid winter pattern papers. Something a little non-traditional. I've been doing a few of those. If you saw my winter unicorn card from yesterday, same thing. I definitely pulled the colors from those pattern papers, and I'm really loving the non-traditional color palette there. I'm going to use the coordinating dies for Toboggan Together and Cherry Christmas and die cut my images here. I love to die cut as many with one pass of the machine as possible. Nice little time saver, so I use some Post-it tape or a nice low-tack tape, washi tape, something like that to hold the dies in place to run them through the machine. Now, as I'm popping out all of these cute little reindeer, and I'm kind of laying them across my strip that I die cut or added that die cut edge to, I just want to make sure everything's going to fit, but I realized I felt like I needed something in the background on this strip. And the Snow Cool stamp set, also from this fall and winter 2016 release, has an awesome snowy border in it that I absolutely love. And I'm also a huge fan of the Lawn Fawn Yeti White Pigment ink. It is by far my favorite white pigment ink that I have. I use it all the time. When I need a white pigment ink, it is my go-to white pigment ink. So at this point, I'm really kind of laying things out. I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to do, but sometimes as you're creating, things maybe take a turn here or there and you try to decide, exactly how you want things to go. I knew I wanted my tags kind of hanging from this strip all in a row. And I knew I was going to use 4 different greetings from that Tiny Tag Sayings stamp set. But I just felt like I needed something on that cardstock strip. So I'm taking that snowy border from Snow Cool and I'm simply inking up the image with my Yeti White Pigment ink, and I'm going to stamp that all across this border, and it makes a huge difference. I really love it. I think it just really dresses the whole thing up. While I have the Yeti White Pigment ink out, I am going to stamp the dark Stormcloud die cut tag with that greeting from the Tiny Tag Sayings. I love it says do not open until December 25th. One of the things about Tiny Tag Sayings is it isn't just for Christmas. Yes, there are some great greetings for Christmas. My favorite greeting from the whole stamp set, and I've used it quite a bit. You've probably seen it in other Lawn Fawn videos. It says a little something for you. What I just stamped there in the mermaid ink on the white tag. I love that greeting. I think it works for everything. It's nice and teeny tiny, so it fits in little spaces if that's what you have. But there are some great just kind of generic greetings. There's some to and from greetings. There's just a for you, a just for you, a with love, a thanks. So definitely a versatile tag stamp set that will work for other occasions. I stamped the other white tag with the Stormcloud ink for the greeting and the little tiny heart with the mermaid ink. And then on my mermaid tag, I used the narwhal ink to stamp my greeting. Now I'm going to stamp the cute ornaments from the Cheery Christmas stamp set using my black ink, but then I'm going to use the solid images to fill those in with my dye ink colors. If you wanted to, you could totally color those in with Copic markers. I'm using the mermaid and the narwhal ink to stamp all of these, and I'm going to stamp several of them because I kind of want to just tuck them around my reindeer's feet in the finished card. So I love that there is both the outline and the solid images for these ornaments. Now I am threading through some Lawn Trimmings twine through the bottom of my cardstock strip here, and I just poked it through with a large needle. I kind of messed up. I went through the wrong way there on the right side, so I will have to fix that. I'm going to thread it through the left side, and I will knot that, but I threaded all my tags on there. Just going to knot it on the front, and that's going to secure it so it doesn't go anywhere. And here's where I realized, oops, I did it wrong, so I had to kind of fix that. I wanted the knots on the front instead of the back. You could do it any way you wanted to. I also put some foam adhesive on the back of my cardstock strip. I've trimmed down some of the Perfectly Plaid winter pattern paper. It's 4 1/4 inches by 5 1/2 inches. So it's going to cover the front of the card, a nice kind of subtle pattern. And then I'm going to position my tags here along the bottom, slightly overlapping, but I am going to add a little foam adhesive to the back of each of these. And then just press that down And there are all those cute little tags. Just so super fun. I absolutely love these tags. They are the perfect size. I'm going to attach my reindeer using some Zotz Bling glue dots, kind of starting in the center and working my way out. That way I kind of get my spacing correct. I just love this sitting reindeer and the ability to put those cute Christmas lights tangled in his antlers. I added a Santa hat to my other reindeer, and then here I'm going to tuck all of those ornaments around my reindeer's feet. Again, I purposely chose the blue and the gray colors to complement the cardstock and pattern papers. I'm going to take a black glaze pen and add detail to the noses and eyes. That really makes them pop. And then the Stardust glitter pen, I'm going to add that to the Christmas lights and the ornaments and the white trim on the stocking or Santa cap. I think it just adds a nice little touch of glitz and glimmer. I also stamped that thought bubble from Cheery Christmas because I thought it was a fun little touch, and it adhered it there above one of the reindeer. I'm using the Mermaid and Narwhal ink, and I'm inking up that greeting from Merry Messages, and then I'm going to stamp that on the inside of my card to finish up my card design here. So one line of the text is going to be in Mermaid blue ink, and the second line of text will be in the Narwhal gray ink. And I did smudge the inside of my card. I had to redo that, but there is what the greeting is going to look like. And my card is all finished. Thanks for joining me for this holiday themed card showcasing tiny tag sayings, stamps, and dies. The supplies I've used to create this card are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Here are a couple more holiday themed cards showcasing Lawn Fawn stamps and dies that you might be interested in. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.